The Honda eclutch. I asked you lot if you had any questions, and you didn't disappoint.
Down in the dirt.
Okay then, first off, we will go to Instagram. Ebsy97 looks pretty vulnerable to crash drop damage. How robust is the construction? Well, it's quite a chunky bit of kit. It's about 2 kilograms extra. I think it's an extra, it's either 100 or 200 quid over the standard if you want the eclutch version. Yeah, when you look at it, I mean, come and have a look. We'll just wait for the trades to go by. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of just stuck at the side there, so if the bike does go down, certainly on the right-hand side, I would suggest that's probably fairly susceptible to damage. If you put some crash bungs on there, you know, maybe like the crash mushrooms, the R&G ones, or other makes are available, obviously, that might do a bit of a job, maybe. Maybe the likes of R&G, Evotech, people like that, maybe they're going to have to come out with some form of physical protection for it. Because at the moment, yeah, I'd agree with you there, Ebsy. I do think it's almost like a bit of an add-on. It's just chucked on at the side there, really. I mean, it's typical Honda quality. It does look a quality bit of kit, but yeah, I think that's fairly susceptible to damage. Time will tell. Next one, at Fable Michael on Instagram. How you doing, Michael? Will they start doing the test for automatic bikes too, do you think? I know one of our training schools are having to use the Hornet instead of the 650 because you can't take a test on one of those bikes. Well, actually, I had a look at this because I wasn't quite sure. You can now, presently, take both your AT, your A2 and your Dash, your direct access. You can take them on automatic bikes if you want. The thing is, if you pass with automatic, again, like the car test, I think, if you pass on automatic, you can only ride automatic bikes. So then you'd have to retest with a manual if you want to ride manuals. Obviously, if you pass your test on a manual bike, that allows you to ride manual and automatic. So it can currently be done already. Right, next couple of questions we're going to do on the road. So, next one, again on Instagram. Lawrence Guevara, as someone looking for their second bike but wanting to keep it somewhat sporty, I'm curious on how would this fare for weekend touring such as trips to Scotland, comfortability wise, and also potentially having a pillion on the back too. So that's us, done about 250 odd miles today, and I still have to get home, so we'll probably be up about the 280, 290 miles today. Not bad at all. So comfort-wise, yeah, it's more than capable of doing it. I'd be quite happy if I had a little break here. I'd be quite happy to jump back on, do another tank of fuel. Yeah, no comfort issues at all for me. 6'3", 20 odd stone. Okay, the next question's here. Again, Instagram, at RichS1000XR. Is it a better system than the quick shifter and a bit more mechanically sympathetic? There's quite a few questions actually, all related to this. Here's a few more. Again, Instagram, at JRE4580. How's the gearing shifting? Is the behaviour similar to Honda's DCT? And via YouTube at Supercharged Llama. Is the eclutch as good as the DCT in manual mode? Of course. So, is it better than a quick shifter? I would say that really does depend as to what engine it's connected to. For example, the quick shifter on the Boxer engine for the GS, still, although people say the new 1300 is much smoother, it's still like two ball hammers smashing together. Modern quick shifters, particularly on like inline 4 engines for sure, they tend to be beautifully smooth. And the blippers as well. I find the blipper on the GS quite smooth, to be honest. So on an inline 4 engine or triple or something like that, it's like butter. E-clutch, obviously I've only ridden that on the 650R, which is an inline 4 engine. It had its moments where it was beautifully smooth, but it also had some moments where it felt a little bit clunky. I think that's more to do with your revs. You know, if you get the revs up, get the bike under some drive, then naturally, and this goes with quick shifters as well, the gear change is infinitely smoother for sure. As to, is it more mechanically sympathetic? You're asking the wrong person. I'm about as mechanically minded as, so couldn't tell you. Probably somebody like Lamb Chops or Nevesy, they'd be the people to ask because they've got a proper technical noggin for that sort of stuff. DCT, I would definitely take the eclutch over DCT, just because I like the option of using the traditional clutch as and when I want to. DCT, the last time I used that was on the Goldwing. I kind of think it fits a bike like that. However, I used it before on the Africa Twin Adventure. That was an earlier version of DCT. Apparently it has been refined a little bit, but I found that even in manual mode, sometimes on tight hairpins down in the southwest, even though I was in second, sometimes it would drop it to first if it felt it needed first. I didn't like that oversight by the system. I want control of it. I am a control freak, admittedly. If I put it in second gear, I want it in second gear, and I don't want the system to change to first. The manual control of DCT, when I used it, I did find that quite clunky. A lot more clunky than the eclutch, for sure.
Now there's also another one, a Ting Tong MT10, can you rev bomb it? Well, you can still pull the clutch in, watch. See? You can still do that. This is where I sometimes do some of my drone stuff, but it's shut, so I found somewhere an alternative. But before we head here, let's answer these. So again, at Insta, at Steve GS Animal, is it a gadget or a genuine piece of tested kit that would have a place in today's market, or are the sports bike manufacturers feeling left out as adventure bikes have the DCT feature? Similar questions from on YouTube at ToLa1 Cool. Honestly, gimmick or genuinely useful? And at BP, how far does it go, mister? Seriously, do we need this tech, or is it a natural advancement like the way most cars now seem to be automatic? And again from Dazador 45, do you see the market becoming more automatic to attempt to lessen the bike emissions? Okay, right, so I think for me personally, I'd take the quick shifter. For me personally, I don't see the need of having the eclutch on any of my bikes, but I can see possibly a need if you have a physical disability preventing you from using the clutch all the time, but maybe you want that option every now and then. Again, you don't need to have a physical disability for that. You might just like the idea of the eclutch, the ease of use with it, the convenience of it. For me, no, I'd be happy just, you know, as I said, it kind of looks a little bit like an afterthought. It's just bolted onto the side of the bike there. For me, I don't see the point in it personally for me, but I can see the point in it, if you see what I mean. Marco also asks, what's the bike like for big blokes? I'm in the market for one of those sporty middleweights, but I'm 6'3" and 200 pounds. Well, Marco, I am 6'3" and 285, probably 290 pounds at the moment, sort of 20.5 stone in old British money. I'll show you. Look at this. This is one of these Hover X1s. I've had this for a wee while. I love it.
20 feet, orbit.
Hello. Right. So, let me show you. Is it going to follow me? I don't know if it's going to follow me. I might have cocked that up. I think I've put it in the wrong mode. Where is it? It's behind. So look, this is me just sat on the bike anyway, so it's going to be coming round. So you can see how high the foot pegs are, what it's like leaning, what it's like on handlebars. I think it's fine. There's definitely way more uncomfortable bikes. I find it, certainly for an hour riding, I find it really quite comfortable. Let me just think on my hand. Let me change the mode. Where do I want? I want follow.
Follow.
Okay, let's try that. So, comfort-wise, let's have a look. What's it look like when I'm actually sat on the bike? So is that following me? Where is the follow? That's the thing, I think it only follows from behind. So if I can try try and just speed up. Maybe you'll be able to see me. Yeah, I mean, genuinely, I think it's fine. The foot pegs, they're a sporty sort of height, but nothing horrendous. I've certainly ridden bikes with higher foot pegs than this. See, again, it's good for at least an hour. No problems there at all. Let's have a little look at slow speed control, so not touching the clutch at all. Yeah, look, we can do that. Oh, can I trust myself to do full lock turns without touching the throttle? Come on. Wow, the steering lock's actually really good on this. Yeah, so not bad at all. Okay, so next question off of YouTube. Flexi Wing. Do you see this on a Fireblade or the Hornet 1000 whenever it comes? No. Maybe on the Hornet. Maybe. I could see it on like the 700. I could definitely see it on the Hornet 700. Fireblade, no. It's just not that. I can't see a requirement for this on the likes of a Blade or any big sports bike, to be honest. Having said that, you know, this is no slouch. You could definitely whack this on the track and have some fun. Never say never. It's a weird old place, isn't it? The biking world. Interesting. I would like to say no, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did appear. Again, YouTube, the Gas Lab. How does it compare to the NC750 DCT? The NC is possibly one of the best all-round workhorse bikes on the road. Who is the 654? Very interesting question, that, Gaz. Firstly, yeah, the NC750, that is a great bike. I've ridden them quite extensively now out in the Canaries with Canary Motorcycle Tours. Out there, it's a perfect bike. It really is good. You don't need massive power and performance and torque levels out there, and that bike is just brilliant. And the convenience of DCT, it means those twisties are just a joy. And if you're new to roads like that, then it takes away having to think about the gears because you can just plod your way through it. With the eclutch, it's slightly different. The bike isn't selecting the gears. You still need to select those gears. It just means you don't need to use the clutch if you don't want, and you can come to a standstill without pulling the clutch in. Takes a little bit of thought getting used to it, but once you're used to it, it's actually a joy to ride. It's really convenient. Who is the 654? God, I mean, you could come at this from the disability angle and just say, you know, there might be people out there with, maybe they don't have a left arm. Maybe they have limited mobility of their left hand for whatever reason, and working the clutch all the time can be quite painful. Well, this is almost perfect for them because you still have that option to use the clutch if you wanted to. Maybe you share the bike with your other half. Maybe they like manual. Maybe they like the traditional clutch, but it's not convenient for you for whatever reason. Well, but again, perfect bike here. This is no slouch. Don't get me wrong. This is not a timid bike. You can have fun on this. Many people have taken these on track and having a lot of fun. So, yeah, I think it just opens up who this is available to. Yeah, that's my answer on that one. And finally, YouTube, Debbie Clegg, 2485, where's the USB port? Very good, Debbie. Very good. Well, eventually I did find it on the full review. It is under the pillion seat. It comes as standard on the, I think from the 2023 models onwards, definitely on the 2024 CBR650R. It comes with the USB-C port. However, mine's not working. The one on this bike isn't working. It won't charge the phone. And from chatting to a couple of people, a few people have said, yeah, it's only a 5-watt charger, which means it hasn't got enough oomph to charge your phone anyway. I can't see that being right. It just doesn't seem right, because why else would Honda market it as a phone charger under the seat? Right then, folks, hope you've enjoyed this question and answer session about the 2024 Honda 650R eclutch. Thanks very much for leaving all the questions. If you've enjoyed this style of vid, let me know and I'll do some more on other bikes or other bits of kit, whatever we're going to be doing. If you've not checked out the full review I did on the bike, check out that video here or here, wherever it is. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, channel, please do. I'm trying to hit that 100k. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, massive thank you to Honda for the loan of the bike, obviously. And folks, look after those that you love. Get on out there whenever you can. But most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha!